Hello. Happy Tuesday. Happy Tribe Day. I always say that Tuesdays are Tribe Day. Now, of course, I like to honor my friends every day by letting them know how I feel about them if they do something wonderful for me or that I can just support and uplift and encourage them. But today is a day I always just call it Tuesday is Tribe Day for me. So thank you to all of my friends out there who always uplift, support, and encourage me every day. I appreciate you. You know who you are. I always see you, commenting on my posts, just participating in the things that I'm doing and making me feel really good about what I'm doing, who I am, and what I'm doing. So thank you so much for that. It's essential for our emotional well-being to set personal boundaries around our relationships, whether it's our family, our friends, our, new people we meet, how about people we're establishing new relationships with, even our work colleagues. Good morning, I'm Leslie Godet, and I'm an empowerment coach. I help my clients achieve self-awareness around their emotions so that they can handle their triggers, manage their emotions, and live a more positive life. So, as you can see, I'm talking about setting boundaries around your time because time is precious. Our personal boundaries are important because they're our basic guidelines that we've established and how we want to be treated on a day-to-day basis by the people that know and love us, like our family and our friends, and also how we want other people to treat us, like new people, acquaintances, the work colleagues, that we see on a daily basis, how we want them to treat us and how we want them to react, respond and behave, basically around our boundaries that we've set again around our personal space around us, right? How we want people to show up in the space that we've provided and that is respectful to what we are looking for, right? You have to be respectful. When you're setting boundaries, make sure that you're being respectful of those people that maybe you're setting boundaries around. You don't want people to feel like you're not accessible, that they can't access you, get access to you because you're really setting strict boundaries. No, I want you to set boundaries that are realistic, that are, but that are, keeping you emotionally healthy, but also are realistic so that you have that lifestyle that you want to live, so that you're serving not only yourself very well, but you're serving others well, like showing up as the best version of you. So yesterday I talked to you about the importance in setting boundaries around your time, and I want to dive a bit deeper into that because I really, really feel like time is a huge trigger to feelings of overwhelm, and overwhelm is a trigger, right? So as you can see behind me, I have what I call the triggers chart. So I hope you can see that. This is a cycle that we navigate every single day. It's on repeat. Sometimes it's once a day, twice a day, multiple times a day. And it's really about what happens in our day-to-day life that triggers an emotion that gets us to feel a certain way. And then what happens because of our feelings, our emotions, that is what drives our reactions, our responses, the things that we say and we do. And typically a lot of the time, if we're not self-aware around that, we usually are showing up as being negative on how we react and respond. So, if you realize, I want you to realize this actually, what I want to say to you, sorry, I got distracted. That our emotions, this piece right here, this is the piece that we can control based on our triggers. So because if you're not emotionally aware, you're going to go through this cycle, except this piece right here is going to manage you. So your triggers, your emotions just going to get set off. You're then going to react and respond. And then this piece here being the reward is the byproduct of how you react and respond, basically the things that you say and you do. And typically when we are not self-aware, a lot of the time, our reactions are negative, meaning we say and do things that we often regret later. So this is a cycle that we go through every day. No one is above it, below it, can't get over it, can't pay their way out of it. It is what it is. It's just a fact of life. It's just how do we navigate this and navigate it well enough during our daily life that we can then feel confident that we can live that life that we want to live, right? So let's look at time when it comes to our personal lives, because I feel like that space is super crazy. And it can cause you to feel really overwhelmed at times because we do so much these days. Like we have such busy lives. We spend time with our friends, we have time that we spend with our family, and then working in time for immediate family, like our kids and our spouse. And all of that goes with, just with all of that. And this doesn't even cover or even factor in that 9 to 5-ish that you're also having to navigate every day. I don't know about you, but that can feel ever so overwhelming at times, especially when you feel like you just don't have enough of it. Enough of it meaning enough time. Look, there's enough time to go around because we all have the same amount of hours every day, but it's how we strategically plan out how we're going to use our time is where it will help us to have a better, more calm, more cohesive personal life around our immediate family, because that's what I'm talking about. Now, look, I can talk about how it affects us, setting our personal boundaries around our time, with how it affects us with our blood relatives and friends, but I'm going to save that for tomorrow. I'm going to get into that tomorrow. Today, I just want to talk to you about your personal time around your immediate family, meaning let's talk about your significant other and your kids. If you have some, maybe you don't. Maybe you're a fur baby mom like me, and if you're a responsible fur baby mom, then you know that you also have specific responsibilities around your fur babies that you have to work into your time frame, right? So let's say for the sake of what I'm speaking on today, that you're married with a couple of kids, and maybe let's on top of that say that you do have a fur baby or a couple of fur babies to take care of. Let's really get into that. You work and you're home, so you have that 9 to 5-ish, and your home life is super busy. The kids have recitals and sports events and practices and homework and all of that. You know, they have their own social lives that you also have to be a part of, aware of. You have a house to keep and dinner and bath time and again, homework and making sure that the kids get to bed on time and get a good night's rest so that they're not super cranky the next day, because then that can throw you off and throw everyone off in the household, including yourself, like I said, and how you feel and show up on your own, in your own life outside of home, right? Oh, and how about those unexpected events that happen around your family life? For example, your kids get sick, you get called out of work, you have a busy work life, and guess what? You have to drop everything. And there's that pressure. Plus, I'm building this scenario because I want you to feel this, okay? Plus, when you're at home at the end of a long day and you have your home life begin with your evening again, you have all of the things like dinner and homework and bath time and bedtime. And then you have to factor in some time for spending quality time with your significant other, your spouse. Then, if there's any time left over, you get some downtime just for you. That's if you even put yourself on your own VIP list. And a lot of the time you choose to skip that because you're just plain pooped, and I get that for sure. How about we go even a little step further? In the middle of the night, you have young ones, someone has a nightmare and has to come sleep with mommy and daddy. And now you are up because you can't sleep with another squirmy body in the bed because kiddo likes to move around a lot and kick off the blankets. Ugh. And sometimes kiddo just likes to sleep with you again. So here's why I really stress that you have to, and I mean have to, set some boundaries around your personal space and your time, just for you, so that you can be all that you can be for your family and wear the hats that you wear and wear them well. You have to treat yourself like a VIP, scheduling out time for you. That's to be uninterrupted by everyone in your household, and that includes your spouse. Seriously, even if it's only getting in 15 minutes a day of uninterrupted time where you can have a cup of tea or a glass of wine to just be in the moment by yourself and gather your thoughts, that's precious. Again, time is precious. It's how we use it. Once it's gone, it's gone. So I want you to really think about it. And by the way, your spouse gets in that time as well. So you're going to have to work that out between the two of you. And as for kiddo who likes to come in and sleep with you during the night, you need to set personal boundaries around that too. I'm going to give you an example. A friend of mine, when her daughter was really young, before they had their son, her daughter dictated where mommy slept every night. In fact, mommy slept in her daughter's room every single night. And this went on for a couple of years. Now, yeah, you heard me right, years. a couple of years. And so the daughter was in charge of mommy and daddy having time for themselves, because every night mommy had to be in there and fall asleep with daughter, and she had to stay there. And it took a couple of years, like I said, I kid you not, for her to start setting those boundaries around that. Now, they did end up having another child. Wow, how did that happen? Guess she set those boundaries well. And she was able to, set those boundaries so that she was able to get back to having a life of her own. Setting personal boundaries is going to help your kids anyways understand that there are rules, and it also helps set them up to be more confident, right? Look, I was talking earlier about how feelings of overwhelm can happen because of time. That's why setting boundaries around your time is so important. I don't want you to feel or start having feelings of resentment towards those closest to you because they're invading your space all of the time, and that's how you're feeling because you're not setting some boundaries. Look, here's a question. If someone outside of your household treats you badly or takes up too much of your time and you're not happy about it, you're going to speak up about it, right? That's the same principle that applies here, because guess what? They can't read your mind. You have to speak up and schedule your time for you so that you can get in that personal space time just for you, uninterrupted. Now, I recommend having a planner. I have a planner. Here's my planner. Let me just grab it real quick. I have my planner. I love it. My weeks are scheduled. As you can see, I have things already for November that I have scheduled out. But this helps me to see what have I got going on. So then I also want to make sure that what I have going on isn't going to overwhelm me. My time that I'm scheduling is not going to overwhelm me, because then the feelings of overwhelm can get you stressed out. Stress can drive your response and saying and doing things negatively, and I don't want to get there. So I really, really guard that well. So I really, really do think that having a planner will help you, because then you can schedule in all of those appointments and recitals and sports events and PTA meetings, and including time for you that's uninterrupted if you want to put it there. I don't need to put it on there because I know first thing in the morning, that's my time, meaning I have a routine that I do every morning. It's for me specifically. It's non-negotiable because it makes me feel good and it sets me up for my day. My planner, as I said, has been life-saving for me. So something for you to think about, even if you print out a monthly calendar and have that for you and just write it in what your specific, things are set, then you can plan your time around that. It'll allow you to see how much time you have scheduled and allows you not to overwhelm yourself with scheduling as well. So as you can see, I've got a link in there, Manage Your Triggers VIP Academy. I started my group for that specific reason, to help you to understand your triggers, to understand your own triggers and how you're emotionally showing up to being triggered. Because this cycle is on repeat. It is a cycle that you are going to repeat day in and day out. You have no way of getting out of it. You can't pay someone off, but it will never happen. It is just a fact of life. It will happen. It's just, how do you show up in this piece to manage this cycle, right? And that's why I started the group, because I wanted to be able to show you that there is a way to do it. That by being a part of this group, you get to be part of a community of like-minded individuals who've said, you know what, I do want to start learning how to spot triggers, understand them, and understand my own triggers, so that I can then start to learn how I'm emotionally showing up and responding, reacting, so that I can get better at that and make better decisions around my emotions. Because emotions, okay, first of all, our triggers fuel our emotions. So if you're like, feelings of overwhelm, that's fueling it. And then our emotions will drive our reactions, our responses, right? So if you can at least, build on and create this self-awareness, not a bubble, but being in your own self-awareness around how you are emotionally triggered, you're going to have a better chance of making better decisions based on your emotions that will drive your responses. And these things here, your actions and responses are going to be more positive so that you have a better outcome in, you know, how you're reacting and how you're showing up. So being part of the community allows you to be in that space where I give you these tips and strategies and get you to really start thinking outside of what you've been doing now currently, and getting you to think more about stepping outside of your comfort zone and doing these things. And again, as I said, how I do that is through worksheets. I provide worksheets and I go live and explain to you what the intention behind the worksheet is, helping you to like take these steps, do these things so that you can build on it, your self-awareness, so that you can get better at that and be able to be more in control of your emotions, not the other way around. And there's going to be monthly challenges. I'm super excited because this Thursday night, I'm going to be going live talking about the challenge for the coming month. Super excited because there's going to be some prizes around that. I'm very excited for that. But this is not about getting prizes. I think the prize is self-awareness, your own self-awareness. That's my personal experience, my personal opinion, because that's been my biggest prize, is my self-awareness around this cycle and my emotional piece in it. And so, again, that's through stretching your comfort zone, through monthly challenges. And last but not least, access to me. Not only if you can DM me if you have questions, maybe you just need more explanation on what it is that the worksheet is, or maybe you have a question on something that you're going through that I can help you with. But on Thursday nights, as I was saying, I go live every night. Live every Thursday night at 6:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And this is a live Q&A, so you can ask me anything. So if you're looking for a tip or strategy, maybe you're going through something and you just need to talk it out, that's what the live Q&A on Thursday nights is all about. Again, this is a private group, so the people who are in the group, yes, they're going to be able to take part in that live Q&A, but they're there to uplift, encourage, and support you. So we're there. That's what the community is about: uplifting, encouraging, and supporting each other. And that's what I'm there for, to help you, to encourage you to do these things, to step outside of your comfort zone so that you can get better at this piece, become self-aware around this whole cycle, because again, it's on repeat every day, sometimes multiple times a day. And when you can make better decisions based on how you're emotionally feeling, that makes your day that much better, right? Because you don't want to end up saying or doing things that you regret, because then you have to go back and fix it. And I don't like to have to go back and fix things. I'd rather be able to keep moving forward, because I feel like we're on this journey. So that's what you get with this group. It is free, by the way, if I forgot to say that. So click on the link if you're looking for, if you are looking to really have that moment of clarity and around your emotions, and you want to learn how, then click on the group. As I said, click on the link because it is free to you. And I would love to be able to start working with you to help you gain your own self-awareness around how you're emotionally triggered from your own triggers, so that you can show up and respond and react in ways that are more positive, so you can live that life that you've always wanted to live and start loving the life that you're living, right? You know, your destination is in your journey, and your journey is ever evolving. You'll learn more about who you are and what you want when you allow yourself to continuously move forward. I love that. You must also be open and accepting of change, because change is inevitable. It is. And if you allow yourself to accept that pivoting may be part of your journey, which is okay, then you will, in essence, allow yourself to step into your own greatness. Wow. And you may even surprise yourself, because you'll start realizing that what you thought was your dream is so much bigger, because your picture keeps growing. Now, I love the fact that our journey is always evolving. That means it's always moving forward. You're continuously moving forward. And accepting that change can happen. I love change, actually, because when things change, that means that something better is on its way. That's how I choose to look at it. So pivoting into something even better allows you to step into your own greatness, and maybe even realize that what you thought was your dream is so much bigger because your picture keeps growing. Yes, and it can start with you learning how to do this well, so you can start living that life that you love and loving the life that you live. So thank you so much for watching. I appreciate your support. I really do. I ask that you help me to help others by sharing my video, because by getting the message out there, I know there's a lot of people that need to hear this message, you know, and maybe they need to be a part of a community so they don't feel that they're alone and going through things all by themselves. Because sometimes we can feel alone and we isolate ourselves because we're going through things, and then rather than asking for help, we just go through it alone, hoping that things will change. And if you can become part of a community where people are helping each other, uplifting and encouraging and supporting each other, then that really makes things even better. So again, thank you so much for watching. I hope that you navigate today with an attitude of gratitude, because with the right attitude, puts you in the right mindset, and with the right mindset, when life throws something at you, you're at least in the right mindset to, okay, something's happening. You might not emotionally respond the way you want to, but if you start becoming more aware of, oh, this is how I'm responding, maybe you can stop yourself before you do and say things that you don't want to do or say, right? And then have to go back and fix it. So again, I hope that you have a great day. My name is Leslie Godet. I'm an empowerment coach. I help my clients learn to spot their triggers through being emotionally aware around how they emotionally show up so that they can handle the triggers, manage their emotions, and get back to what's really important, which is living a really great life. I hope that you have a wonderful day, and I will talk to you again soon. Bye for now.